This is the eHealth Radio Network, your source for health advice on demand. And now your host, Eric Michaels.
Thanks for joining us once again here on the eHealth Radio Network. This is your host, Eric Michaels. Today we're speaking with Mr. Charles Merritt, the CEO and co-founder of Buddy, which provides on-demand accident insurance to empower Americans to fearlessly lead active lives. And Mr. Merritt, thanks for joining us here today on eHealth Radio.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And we certainly appreciate your time and looking forward to gathering some information here. Now, if you would, for starters, tell us a little bit about Buddy and who it's for.
Yeah, sure. So our team at Buddy is made up of people who live full, active lives. And what we realized was that the people we enjoy leading those lives with were starting to experience a greater and greater financial burden if they got hurt. And part of, unfortunately, part of mountain biking and climbing and just sort of generally being adventurous is that occasionally, you'll slip and fall, you'll go over the bars or get in a little over your head. And it was really tough for us to see our friends and family not only taking the time to recover physically, but also starting to bear more and more financial burden when they had an injury. And so, as you said in the intro, we started Buddy so that people could lead fearless lives. So what we're known for is our on-demand accident insurance, which provides benefits directly to somebody based on how badly they're hurt, that you can get for as little as a day or as long as a year. And so for us, we recognized really quickly that the costs of an accident were not just what it costs to go to the hospital and pay your bills, although that is certainly expensive. Especially with the average health insurance deductible over a couple $1,000s now. But there were the other costs too, right? Think about if you're in a full leg brace and you got to take an Uber to work, or let's say you have to go pay for a babysitter to go get your MRI at the hospital. Those are things that are going to come out of your pocket that health insurance is not going to really cover. And so we wanted to make sure that people had some extra cash if they did get hurt. And we found a lot of opportunities along the way to protect people in all kinds of experiences that make life rich.
Now, you kind of touched on it earlier. If one already has health insurance, does it still make sense for one to get Buddy?
Yeah, of course. So, the average individual health insurance plan, whether it's through an employer or a marketplace these days, is going to have somewhere between a $2,000 and $4,000 deductible. And so that's what you owe before your health insurance kicks in. And so that's where the health insurance will start to pay, 60, 70, 80% of the rest of the bills. We recognize that for a lot of folks, a few $1,000s is, you don't just have that stashed under your mattress. And so being able to rely on a financial partner who can then pay you directly, so you've got some extra cash to cover those things is definitely important. It's also important to note, that we don't actually coordinate with your health insurance. So if your health insurance pays 100% of what it costs for a broken leg, we're still going to pay you the full benefit for that broken leg directly. And also important to note is that we don't require that someone have health insurance to be covered. So you can go grab a day of coverage from buddyinsurance.com. And you're good to go skiing for that day, and we got your back on the slope. And if you slip and fall in the parking lot because you still got your boots on and you step on some ice.
Pretty awesome stuff. And how does a person actually go about getting insured through Buddy? What are the steps there? Walk us through that.
Of course. So there are two ways to get covered today. First, you can go to buddyinsurance.com, which is, of course, our website, and it takes just about 90 seconds to go through the process to get covered. The product's guaranteed issue, so there's no health-based underwriting, and we just need a little bit of personal information, like what's your name, where do you live, how do we get in touch with you, and then you can quickly get through the process, and you get a policy instantly. So there's no waiting, none of that stuff. You can get covered. If you went to the site today, you could get covered for this afternoon to go on a mountain bike ride or go backpacking. So we really wanted to make that incredibly efficient. The other way to get covered is that we actually work with a number of partners. So folks who put on events or manage destinations and resorts, and we embed our coverage inside of the registration or sign-up process. And so when you're buying a ticket or making a booking, usually it's as easy as just checking a box to add the Buddy accident insurance onto your purchase and bundle it with that transaction. One of the places that we just went live is an awesome place out in Illinois called The Forge at Lamont Quarries. And so they've got a fantastic adventure park out there, mountain biking, high ropes. They put on all kinds of events. And we just went live with them last week. So when you're booking at The Forge, we can cover you not only for accidents, but we also power a number of other products like ticket insurance. So if you buy a ticket and you can't make it for whatever reason, we can get you back. So we're really starting to find other ways so that we can protect all facets of the experiences that make life worth living.
Well, this is pretty exciting stuff. I'm sure you've excited the listeners as well. I mean, if you wanted to go bike riding this afternoon and could set up a policy for that, that is just tremendous. Today we're speaking with Charles Merritt, the CEO and co-founder of Buddy, which provides on-demand accident insurance to empower Americans to fearlessly lead active lives. He's joined us here today on eHealth Radio's Health News channel, a part of the eHealth Radio Network. Now tell us, what happens if a policyholder is injured? What would they need to do, and what can they expect in all regards?
Yeah, so for an accident that you want to file a claim for, Buddy actually has a customer portal, so you can come back, sign in with either the account that you created when you signed up, or we make it really easy to create an account just from your policy number if you didn't create an account initially. And then you just go to the claim section, click through, and follow the directions there. We work with an awesome international administrator, and so they review the policies, a couple of pieces of information from your doctor. Basically, we just want to see what injury you had, and that's what dictates which benefits are paid directly to you.
And also, on behalf of the listener, what does Buddy's accident insurance cover, and also what does it not cover?
Of course. So, in terms of accidents, we cover almost anything under the sun where you get hurt unexpectedly. There are a few activities that we're working to get covered now. So right now, if you're jumping from high heights and you're not attached to the earth, so think base jumping, skydiving, we're still working on expanding our coverage for those activities. Another thing that we don't cover that's important to note is illness. So if you're out in the backcountry and you're drinking water without a filter, unfortunately, this policy is not gonna pick up the slack on that one. So those are sort of the two categories that are some of the major questions we get around activities and types of things going wrong. But your breaks, sprains, twists, head injuries, dismemberment, and all kinds of nasty stuff. That's really where we want to play because we think that those are the things that our community needs to get a little extra layer of protection for.
Well, to me, it sounds like you just about cover everything except for the ones mentioned, and that totally is understandable. Before you go, in conclusion, any closing thoughts, a final word, or a thought, anything else that we should be aware of here?
I think like a lot of folks, it's been a really interesting year plus for us here at Buddy, and I'm really grateful to our team for sticking it out through the last year and a half of pandemic. We're really lucky to be here in Central Virginia, and have fortunately been able to see each other outside on the trails and on the water, even when we're not able to work side by side every day. And so, I just wish that for your audience, everybody out there is able to find a little bit of sunshine and a little bit of fresh air, even as the world's a little crazy around us right now. So that's what I just wish for your listeners, Eric.
Mr. Merritt, certainly do appreciate all you do through Buddy and for joining us here today, and really, really awesome opportunity here. For more information or to set up your policy today, visit buddyinsurance.com. Mr. Merritt, all the best, and thanks so much for joining us here today.
Thank you so much. Take care.
And you as well. We've been speaking with Charles Merritt. He is the CEO and co-founder of Buddy, which provides on-demand accident insurance to empower Americans to fearlessly lead active lives. And for all the details, visit buddyinsurance.com. And again, this has been your host, Eric Michaels, and we do thank you for your continued support of the eHealth Radio Network. Join us again soon for another episode that will help further expand your knowledge on those things that are important to your health and wellness. For more eHealth Radio reports, we invite you to visit our main radio channel site at eHealthRadioNetwork.com. And as always, we do thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in to the eHealth Radio Network. For more information or to subscribe to this podcast, visit eHealthRadioNetwork.com.